Good morning, MegaPodlings. It's Krazy Joe. We are back at Penn Cinema. And unfortunately, the movie I'm going to see tonight was just not playing at my beloved Water Tower Cinema. Our good friends at Water Tower Cinema, obviously, we like to support them as much as possible. But they just didn't have this movie. So I had to take a ride to see it. We're going to see the movie Save Yourselves, which is a new sci-fi horror comedy. We reviewed the trailer on the MegaPodTastic Podcast not long ago, but the movie's out, and unfortunately Water Tower didn't have it, but Penn Cinema does. So coming out to check out Save Yourselves. Let's go check this out. This is pretty cool how they have that billboard, that electric billboard that shows you the movie posters on it. Pretty neat. School of Rock outdoor concert and movie. And this theater, as I showed you last time, has a drive-in theater in the back parking lot. It's a pretty nice theater. By the way, look at this. This is the 40th anniversary poster for Empire Strikes Back. I gotta tell you, I love that poster. It's really a nice poster, and it's now available on Disney Movie Insiders as a reward. It's a really good poster. Here's the poster. Turning off their phones was the dumbest idea on the planet. Save yourselves. These actors, I don't know John Reynolds, but Sunita Mani was on the TV show Glow, which just this week, unfortunately, got canceled by Netflix. This looks like it's a pretty funny movie, and Variety calls it delightful from start to apocalypse. It's the Wonder Woman poster. I can't wait to see that. And there's Spiral from the Book of Saw. I know Jacob has been looking forward to that one, J2H. And once again, we are in Theater 7, which is where I saw Tenet when I met my friend at this theater not long ago. There we go. There's the poster. This is a really nice theater, and right now, I'm the only one in here. I took my traditional seat in the back row. My stuff's already here. I went and visited the restroom. So this is where I'm going to be sitting. There's the screen. Beautiful theater. If you listen to the MegaPodTastic Podcast, Jacob and I talked about the trailer for Save Yourselves several weeks ago. I thought it looked like a pretty fun movie, and I made a mental note, hey, if that comes to theaters, I want to catch it. Unfortunately, it did not come to Water Tower Cinema, that's my hometown theater, the one that I go to the most. I always love going down to Water Tower. Water Tower Cinema is my home away from home. It's my home away from home. It really is. If I'm not in my house, the place I feel most comfortable next to here is Water Tower Cinema. But it wasn't playing there. It wasn't playing there. So I waited until they announced Friday's movies. I said, okay, it opened last Friday. They didn't get it. So I said, well, let me wait until see next Friday. When they announce next Fridays, maybe they'll get it next week. It wasn't on their list for next week either. So I said, okay, I got to go see it somewhere else. And, recently we did a video at Penn Cinemas. I had a friend who lived in that area, and I met my friend to see Tenet. So, that theater, it's not real close to my house, but it's not that far either. It's maybe about a half-hour drive. So I said, let's take a look. And sure enough, Penn Cinemas had it. So I took the ride down there to see it, and I got to tell you, I never regret seeing a movie. I never regret going out to a movie, because first of all, if a movie's not good, I'm not going to know it's not good until I saw it, right? For all I know, it could be great. I'm not going to know till I see it. So I don't regret going, but my God, this movie is awful. Save Yourselves is terrible. The premise looks like a lot of fun. A couple goes on a weekend or a week-long retreat. They decide we're going to turn our phones off. No computers, no phones, no iPads. No, we want to unplug for a week. We want to, reconnect with ourselves and, unhook. Because, we live in a world where people are constantly staring at their phones. People are constantly staring at something electronic, watching. I don't know. They wanted to unplug, which you can sometimes understand, right? You can sometimes understand that, especially there's a documentary out right now. I didn't really like the documentary that much. It was good information, but not real well put together. But there's a documentary on Netflix called The Social Dilemma, and it's got some interesting ideas. But again, the documentary itself is not a really well-made documentary. But it's got ideas in there that it's like, oh, that's really something. So, yeah, you find yourself thinking, maybe I should unplug from Facebook and Twitter. But what these people don't know is an alien invasion happens when they unplug. And they don't know about it. They're the only ones on the planet who don't know about it because they're not getting the news because they turn their phones and their computers and their TVs off. So they're isolated and here the world's being invaded and they are unaware. So next thing they know, they find one of these alien creatures, which looks like a giant tribble. If you're familiar with the tribbles from Star Trek, they're balls of fur. But these are much bigger. They're more like it's like if a tribble was crossed with a Fry Guy from McDonald's. These things are maybe about the size of the Fry Guys, but they look more like tribbles. But they have these appendages that they shoot out of themselves. They can kill people. So they're deadly. It's like Deadly Tribbles. Deadly Tribbles, which would have been a better title for the movie. You could have called this movie Deadly Tribbles. That would have been a better title. But it's an interesting premise. It looks fun. Watch the trailer. It looks like a lot of fun. That's why I wanted to see it. I saw the trailer. I said, hey, this looks like it's a great time. Unfortunately, it's a comedy, and it suffers from the horrible sin of it's not funny. It's not funny. Now, I know, humor's subjective. Maybe you'll watch it and think it's the funniest thing you've ever seen. I didn't laugh once. I didn't laugh a single time. 90 minutes, didn't laugh once. So that's the worst sin I think a comedy could have. Because a comedy's supposed to make you laugh. If the comedy doesn't make you laugh, then I did not find the movie at all funny. But on top of that, it was boring. Like, I'd say the first hour of the movie, like, nothing's happening. It's not until, like, the last half hour that the pace starts to pick up. And then the movie gets a lot more watchable. The last half hour of this movie is much more watchable than the first hour. Because things are happening in the last half hour. It's still not funny, but things are happening. So the last half hour is at least watchable. The first hour, man, it's like nap time. It's boring. And I'm not going to ruin the ending for you because you're probably, if you want to see the movie, I don't want to ruin it for you. But the ending is awful. I mean, it's a horrible ending. In fact, I beg the question, does it actually have an ending? Does this movie actually have an ending, or did they just run out of film and they said, roll credits here? Because I'm not even convinced this movie has an ending. I remember at the ending of the movie, I audibly in the theater was like, what the crap? It's like, this is where we're going to end it? Really? What the crap are you doing? It's a complete non-ending. I won't tell you how it ends. I'm not going to spoil it, but prepare to be disappointed. I'll say that. Prepare to be disappointed. So, Save Yourself. I hated it. I really thought it looked like it could be a fun time, and I was anxious to see this one. I was looking forward to this one, and it's garbage. I'm sorry to say, it is garbage. Total punch in the junk for Save Yourselves. And I wish I didn't have to say that. I really wanted to like this movie. I really was looking forward to this one. I thought this was going to be one of those, because there's so few movies out right now, I thought this was going to be one of those few little treats we had coming to us. But it just Didn't work out that way. So Save Yourself is in theaters now. It's not playing at Regals or AMC's. Well, Regals, by the time you see this, Regals are probably already closed because I'm recording this on Wednesday. They're planning to close down on Thursdays until springtime. So by the time this gets out to you, the Regal, you probably couldn't even go to a Regal anyway. But it's not going to be playing at any AMC's because it's broken the theatrical window. It's also on demand. You could rent it on Vudu. You can rent it on Fandango Now, Google Play. Wherever you rent digital movies, you can rent or buy Save Yourselves now, in addition to theaters. And on top of that, it's also on physical media now. You could go down to Target or Walmart and pick up the Blu-ray right now. So you've got choices on how you can see this movie. I cannot recommend this movie. I can't recommend this movie at all. I hated this movie, but taste is subjective. On film is subjective. What I did not like, you might love. So don't let me make the decisions for you. If you saw the trailer and think this looks great, then by all means give it a shot. But I do not like it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Until next time, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas with the plastic feet. Keep wearing those pajamas. Tell everyone you meet. Keep wearing those pajamas with the back door flap. Keep wearing those pajamas. Don't open it, it's a trap. Oh no, it's a trap. Some people call them PJs. Some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander adamas. But no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now we're having fun. Keep wearing those pajamas. And now the song is done.